Awesome. All right. Hello and welcome more team to the podcast. So happy to be having all of you. We just wrapped up our team call for the week. So I love going straight into this after hammering out what you guys have recently learned, what we're going to be doing, especially as we are just a couple weeks away from launch. It is so fun, I think, to see all of your hard work coming to fruition. I know, Lauren, you have had a big hand in issue 10, as has Alabhya. Julie, you've been working on so much prep for it. Chi, who is not here, is doing the layout for this magazine, which is really exciting. So, to kick us off, why don't you guys all briefly introduce yourselves?
Yeah, so my name is Lauren Lukitsh. I am currently a senior at Butler University in Indianapolis. I'm studying art history and photography and museum studies are my minors. And yeah, I'm really excited to be here.
Awesome.
Hi everyone, my name is Alabhya Prasad and I'm an undergraduate honors freshman student at the IU Indianapolis Kelley School of Business, double majoring in marketing and business management as well as a minor in Spanish.
And hi, I'm Julie Smith. I'm the lead intern here with More. I'm a junior at IU Indianapolis Kelley School of Business, majoring in marketing and commercial real estate. Um, yeah, and I'm also very excited to be here.
Awesome. So, Julie, this is your second semester with us. Lauren,
Yes.
Alabia, this is your first semester with us. What is something that you feel like you've grown in since first starting?
I feel like as somebody who doesn't have that, like as much of that marketing and social media background, I feel like I've really gotten to dive headfirst into knowing and like learning different things. Like LinkedIn was just a platform that I was not really familiar with. So really getting to dive in headfirst, giving me the full autonomy to kind of work with it and help grow the platform has been really great. So that's something I've really taken away.
For me, I think piggybacking off of Lauren, I didn't have any exposure to anything marketing related either. Like I use my social media here and there, but it's not like fine tuned. So being able to take on the email campaigns as well as making social media graphics for Instagram and also maintaining a social media page Pinterest was really cool for me.
I think mine was kind of just leading. I feel like I get like imposter syndrome with business a lot. I feel like I'm like not actually in it. So I feel like kind of just like painting myself as like a leader in this internship was something I grew a lot in, like trying to check in on um, my fellow interns, like keeping them as my peers, but also trying to be like a mentor as well.
Yeah, and I mean, it's always hard, I think, stepping into that role, but it's exciting because you've been in that position before, so you're also able to relate a little bit more.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, Ariana didn't explain this well, but here's what she meant and things like that.
Yeah.
And Alabi and Lauren, I think a lot of people talk about like, oh, I don't know anything about marketing. And this is not to say that marketing is easy because it's not, but we all experience email campaigns from different brands. We all are on social media in some kind of way. We all interact with people. And so I think a lot of those experiences translate into what we like and understanding like how a brand can be better. And so I love having fresh perspectives about our brand because I mean, when we know better, we can do better. And we're all about sharing different perspectives in that way. Kind of going into what you guys started to share of what you've done that is new, what is something that you are most proud of this semester?
So for this semester, in regards to more, I think I'm really proud of being able to again, like work with a team really well. And again, this was one of my first internships. So getting to kind of see a team perspective has been something that I've really loved. And then also something outside of more, I've been really excited with. I'm working and finishing up my senior thesis, which has been something I've been thinking about for a really long time. So it's really excited to see it get to come to an end and kind of see like the final product, which is really something that I feel like I've been just working super hard on all these different things. And again, with my personal life, I feel like it's really just been a really great ending to kind of see everything come together finally.
For me, I would have to piggyback off of Lauren again. Yeah, the whole collaboration aspect about being on a team, especially like a women owned like business, it's so empowering, especially as a South Asian woman who doesn't see that much representation in like media and stuff, being able to kind of represent my culture and stuff, especially with being a contributor for issue X. So thank you so much, Ariana, for giving me that opportunity to kind of embrace my culture, my identity, and it's been really great to being able to collaborate with like both Julie, Lauren, and Chi, and all the amazing other individuals who are part of more.
Yeah, I think the collaboration part is always my favorite. And there's a lot of different people that we work with, and seeing or being able to just even practice, like, how do you communicate with your peers? How do you communicate with somebody who is a partner or a nonprofit neighbor? And all of those different things, I think, is a really good thing, a good skill to start practicing, like reading the room and knowing how to engage with different folks. It's awesome.
I think for me, something I'm most proud of this semester, was just like juggling all the different things I'm in. It was definitely a struggle at first, but like trying to like create a schedule and also making sure I had like time for myself instead of just like back to back everything. Um, I was really proud of that, to like have some time to be calm, but then also like be able to pour into like all of these different things that are important to me. Like help develop me further.
Yeah, I definitely see that with you, Julie, a lot. Like, you'll be running around, you'll text me, be like, I'll be on in 5 minutes, but then I've got to go to track and I have to do this and that. So I feel like you definitely have really found out a good balance. And I think that's really a big part of all of this. And we all have 800 other things going on outside of this. So it's really cool to see us all also bring our passions. And again, you get to share with those intern recaps. So you get to see kind of what you're doing, what you're proud of, and kind of what you've accomplished outside of more as well.
Yeah. Thank you for that.
I think I've loved the way that you guys have also started picking up on each other's schedules. I mean, everyone like kind of knows everyone's schedule, but even as you guys have started planning, and Alabia is section lead right now, and so being like, oh, our deadlines need to shift because we're all going to be out of office, and even Julie is saying like, hey, I'm traveling for track right now, and starting to set some of those boundaries and figuring out what that looks like. How has it been working in a space where you are not only encouraged to set your boundaries and start balancing all the different plates, but also working with a team where you're communicating that?
I feel like this has been really beneficial, as like I have been in like a really wide variety of environments where that kind of boundary isn't there, where it's been like you just need to, like, if it's not done, it's done. I think that's something you do with school a lot. Like, there is no like, again, some people will set aside that homework time, but like if something's not done, you kind of have to keep going. So I feel like having the boundary of, this is your time, this is when you're scheduled, this is what you need to work on, has been really nice. And it's been something that I can start taking into like the interviews I have been doing for my future careers, being like, this is what I am worth, this is what I expect, this is my boundary. It's been something I don't think I've really been able to set with past jobs, where like I'll just keep working and I'll keep doing everything and it's all me. But realizing that there is a team and there's people, I think I've also taken into my current jobs that I do work. I've been leaning on more people, leaning on people to ask their opinions, which has been nice, just because I don't have to do it all. Everybody can help out and make my life a little bit easier. So I think it's also been a really big component.
That's awesome.
For me, always being like a yes person, being able to say no when things get super overwhelming was something that I had to learn in this internship. Like, yeah, you can take on specific like projects and assignments and you have the people to rely on. It's not just you solely. That was something that in high school, and also just being a part of numerous organizations here on campus, like I have to understand that it's not just always on my back. You have people around you that you can ask, and no, nobody will be irritated with you as long as you kind of take initiative and responsibility initially at first.
Alabia, when you emailed back and said, I think we need to put this project on hold right now while I balance like the rest of whatever we were working on, I was so proud of you, because you are my girl who will text me at like 11 p.m. and be like, sorry, just catching up on emails. And I'm like, no, you're not. Go to bed. So that was a big moment. I was so proud of you to be like, we should hold on this project for now.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think that that's one thing that I saw a lot. I feel like I've seen each intern grow a lot, like myself included. And we also like created like a great atmosphere. Like I think like in the group chat, like if we didn't get something done, like no one was like not responding or like being like, why did you not get that done? Like we were all like, girl, like it has happened to me too. Like it was just like super nice to like be able to like set those boundaries and then also have them be supported. Like you didn't feel like people were like feeling like upset with you if you were like, I can't do this, or I need to like push this to this time. Like we all understood. And we're also all like kind of in awe of like each other and like our different like respective things that we're doing. So we're all kind of like tailored in like a little bit different ways. So I think that we all just have like such respect for each other, and it's just like a great like little community to be in.
Yeah, I think this is top of mind for me because I just had coffee with my old basketball coach. But in like elementary school, he started us on like this one team mentality of like if one person's doing really well, the whole team is doing well. If one person is having a hard time, then like the whole team is rallying to support. And I really appreciate, I don't know, I mean, I think like good culture attracts like good people to continue building on it. Um, but I love that our intern teams are always, if someone doesn't finish something, it's like, well, what can I do to support you? Like, how can we, you're off now for like another 3 days. How can we shift this so that it still gets done to meet deadlines? And yes, like things happen, they fall between the cracks. But like you said, Julie, like it's not like the team is upset. It's just like, okay, like that happened. What now? Like, how can we, who can tap in to help support it and get it done. And I think that's really, really cool. How have you guys taken some of what you've learned here and experienced, even those soft skills, and how have you started applying that in different jobs that you have or in different school projects even?
I feel like I answered this a little bit, but I will kind of elaborate on it as well. Um, I feel like with my senior thesis I've been working on, we meet twice a week, and I would not really structure it around like those times. And I would just try to figure it out outside of other times, which is something I feel like with more, it's been like, no, have that boundary, work on your paper, but you have other responsibilities. And again, it's all seniors. So we all have jobs, we all have internships, we all have careers we're trying like to bloom and try to move on from Butler. So I feel like it's been really great to see like how you can hold yourself accountable during those times, make sure you get your stuff done, but also have that boundary of having that outside time. And same with work. Like I said, I feel like I've started to lean upon a few other people that are a bit higher up, and I'm trying to again train a team for when I do leave in May to be ready to kind of take over my responsibilities. Again, I'm somebody who loves to have all those responsibilities. I love to do all of it, but I'm realizing I do have a deadline. I am leaving in May, so I do need to kind of set up them for success so that they can continue. I've been there for 4 years and I absolutely love it, but it is my time to move on. So I think that's been really a bittersweet thing, but it's really teach me like again, leaning on that team and being able to kind of work with one another has been really great.
That's awesome. Lauren, that leads me to another question. And I want everyone else to answer the question too still. But you're talking about kind of leaving a legacy. Obviously, like legacy looks different in a lot of different ways, and this is more about creating a sustained impact in a workplace. But you are getting ready to graduate. Is there a legacy that you're hoping is left in Indianapolis as you relocate to Chicago?
I feel like in a couple different scenes, like I again have really given my like heart and soul for my job, and I really love the atmosphere I've created. And as I've taken on more managerial like things in the last 6 to 8 months, I've really seen it grow in like our team. Like it's a very positive and just happy atmosphere where we're all like excited to go to work. We're ready to work with one another. And again, I see those things like Julie and Alabhya were talking about, like we're able to lean on each other when something isn't done. We are able to help with when there's hard stuff with closing or there's hard stuff with opening, when we have big orders, we all really kind of come together. So I think I'm hoping that that kind of like community, and again, we all hang out outside of work. Like we are just all really good friends, which I really hope that does continue, because that is something that I worked really hard with to be, hey guys, I'm everyone's friend, but I really want to make sure we are being successful as a team, but also being successful like outside of this, supporting each other. I'm going to my friend's she's a neuroscience major at IU, actually. So I'm trying to support her in any way that I can. She's really proud of her research and things she's done. So I'm really trying to support her outside of that. She's coming to my senior thesis show in a couple weeks. So it's a lot of things like that where it's people I would never have met, and kind of building those connections outside of it has been something I've never seen in another workplace I've worked, because a lot of them have just been you clock in, you clock out. So that, and then with Butler, I really have enjoyed growing a couple clubs on campus, kind of building a safer environment. I work for a club, vice president of PAVE, so it's a Prevention Assault Victim Empowerment Club. So we're working with Greek Life to kind of shift those like balance, like imbalances, like the power structure that comes with that kind of thing. So we're really working with both sides to just try to make everything safe and everybody feel included. So I feel like those things have really bloomed a lot while I've been here. So I'm really hoping they can continue with the future teams that take over.
That's awesome.
Arianna, could you restate the first question, please?
I knew you were going to ask that. Zave, take this part out because I kind of forgot it.
I think it was like how you took the things you learned here and like you're applying it to other like jobs or jobs or.
Yes, that's it. Okay, I'll cue you back in. So sorry. Lauren's question just made me think about legacy, so I wanted to ask. Okay. Thank you so much for sharing, Lauren. Alabhya, Julie, what ways do you feel like you're taking what you're learning here and applying it in different spaces that you're in?
For me, this internship has really taught me to kind of accept the work-life balance, because obviously when I graduate, I'm only a freshman right now, but when I graduate from Kelly, I'm going to get this big real world, big girl job that will require me to set those boundaries, being able to communicate, and also just hold myself accountable, while also having all my personal things that I have to manage, and being able to just kind of sit down with my thoughts essentially and all the work that I have to do, and figure out what's priority, what can be like put on the back burner essentially for like a limited amount of time, not like the whole time while you're working. Just finding that balance, because in high school I definitely did not have that balance, and I overwhelmed myself and burnt myself out. So I'm trying to like relearn everything so I can have that healthy balance as I go through my 4 years of college.
Yeah, that's awesome. It is, I think I like this. I say I like this internship. I made it, but like still, I like this internship a lot because I appreciate the ebbs and flows of balancing so many things. And I think when I was in school, I felt like I had to do everything. And so I remember my first couple of years in my real world job, I had a really hard time saying no. I had a really because I had no practice. I had no practice balancing things in a way that really allowed me to get the rest I needed. And I remember like in my early 20s, I would talk about that with friends. I was like, why was this so easy before? We were just constantly running. And as you get older, your body needs a rest. Like there's other people you want to see that who aren't just on campus. So it is a lot harder to make intentional time to see people if you want to see people. And so I love that in this internship, we all encourage each other to make space and make time for different things so that you can be of a full cup in all the different ways that you need to be. What about you, Julie?
I think in contrast to like the leadership that I feel like I learned from this internship, I think a more like tangible thing was just like the strategy, like social media strategy I took from it. 'Cause I joined the Kelly Indianapolis Marketing Organization Club as the vice president of marketing there. So I had to create like a whole like posting schedule, and like kind of share that with like the content creators that we have. So I think that that was something, if I didn't have this internship experience, I would have been asking our president, Mackenzie, like so many questions on like what she wants, like how she thinks it would work best. But I felt like very confident in myself to just like create it myself, talk to the creators like one on one, like just them and me, and like kind of like take that step, just like me being a leader in that respect. So I think like without this internship, that would have been completely out. Like I might not have even applied, but with this internship, I felt the confidence to like take that step, and yeah, I learned a lot through that as well.
That's awesome. And shout out to Mackenzie, one of our past interns who continues to kick butt in so many ways on campus and off campus. I have loved getting to see all that she is doing and everything that she's leading. I think after we did an intern trip to Tactive, one of our partners in Indianapolis, she organized a second trip with Kim, I
Yeah,
think.
she did.
So
Yeah,
that's awesome. That's
yes,
amazing.
she's doing a lot.
So I love to brag on you guys, and I often will reshare your Seek More articles that you all wrote with friends, people as like we're chatting and things like that. Has what seeking more means to you, has that changed since you first started with us? And if so, what does it look like to you now?
I feel like it's definitely grown because I feel like at the beginning, we're given, again, we have our meeting with Julie. We kind of talk about what we're going to be going through, what our internship's going to look like. But I feel like there's no really good way to put into words like what you're going to do in an internship until you like physically experience it. That's, I think, goes for any job internship. They can give you that couple bullet points of what you're going to be doing, but I think it's really grown into like more of that like community and like building upon one another rather than we're, again, you're working on this section, you're working on this section. I feel like it's really been us building together rather than us building these things separately. We've all been able to communicate with each other, and like in our intern group, like we'll be talking about like getting something out. We need something, as Julia said, like we're very forgiving with it, and we'll go on other tangents talking about like completely other things, which is really nice to show that like we have that professional setting, but also we can snap out and also just, again, we're all college students, so we can also have that like connection as well. Like even Julie texted me the other day and was like, I'm going climbing. Are you there? Are you going to be there? So it was really cute to kind of see like that we are all able to connect and be with one another outside of the Moore setting as well.
I love that. That's awesome. And I almost said jealous. I'm so jealous that you guys are climbing, but also my grip strength is 0. So I'm working on it, but eventually I want to be one of those girls who can like hang on the door frame. Have you seen that? Like
Yeah.
that's the same to me. Or like do a pull up on the door frame.
Yes. You should come climbing with us.
It's really fun.
More climbing event.
I want you guys to respect me, and if you climb, I don't know that would continue.
I think it would. I'm not very good at it either.
No, I take everyone climbing whenever we have nothing to do. Even my friend won't even go to the gym at Butler with me, and I'm like, will you go climb with me? She's like, I cannot do that. I was like, you have to try. It's been a nice outlet, but it's been something that I've seen a lot. I end up seeing a lot of people there. I'm like, oh my god, I had no idea that you were a member here. You did this, so it's been very interesting.
That's cool. I'll think about it. Does it wreck your nails?
Kinda. You can wrap them though.
Okay. I finally got them back to a good length. Okay.
Yeah.
I just
one
that
down.
I keep mine
emotional
short.
journey.
Yeah.
Julie, Alabhya, what about you? How has seeking more changed, grown, shifted in your time with us?
I think for me, it has definitely grown. This internship was more than just simply work. It was creating this bond with a wonderful group of women, and diverse women. It's not just like a single group, which I didn't have in my own community back home in Wisconsin. So it was so cool just being able to kind of have that like safe spot essentially to kind of like freely share my ideas and also just learn from my mistakes. I'm a person that kind of lingers and also not reminisces. What's the word?
When you play it back again and again.
Yes. Plays all my failures back and I don't look at like the positives of anything small that happened that's like a good thing. I just like, no, I did this wrong, so I'm not going to be good at X, Y, and Z. But this internship really taught me that the most learning happens from your mistakes, especially with all the social media graphics where like when I get the feedback, I'm like, oh, I didn't think about this initially. So it's really cool to get like that insight from everybody else, especially like people that are older than me and who have that insight too.
Mm-hmm. One of the most, I don't know, memorable moments, like this will forever be a core memory to me. And this man on a street was like in a different universe than me at the time and said, "You don't know what you don't know," and then like literally just walked away from me. And that statement is so profound. And I feel like in this internship and new jobs, in life, and all of these different things, it is often your first rodeo and you don't know what's going on. And you can't fault yourself for not knowing something that you didn't even know you didn't know. Because how else do you grow and how do you learn? And I think that expression failing forward, I think it's kind of annoying because so many people say it, but it's true. Like if you mess up at something, what what can you do with it? Like there has to be something that you can learn from it or something that you now know better so you can do better and grow further. So I love that, Alabia, you've been able to, I mean, I'm having things on replay is really hard, but being able to replay it and see a silver lining or something that you can move forward with is a really powerful thing.
Um, I think I think I talked about it in my second Seek More article, on like how seeking more kind of changed for me. Um, was I feel like at first I was just seeking more like in my professional life. So like my school assignments or like the internship itself. But I think like now I'm like trying to seek more like in myself, like just as a person, like not a businesswoman or not an athlete, but like a person. So like just trying to like throw myself in different things. So like climbing was one of them. Like I was super nervous about that. Obviously people see you climbing. I was like, this is so embarrassing, but like just like kind of like opening myself up to things like that, um, just like different little crafts, like just trying to pour into myself and like figure out what I find interesting. So like podcasts and reading. Um, and I know Ariana, like you've shared some podcasts with me that I've actually like loved. So like being able to not just share that with myself, but also like tell other people that that's what I'm doing now is like something that was very important to me. So yeah.
That's awesome. I think there's so many things in this life that are going to continue evolving as we get older and as we need different things in different seasons in that way. And so I love that together we're able to continue exploring what that looks like for each of us and to hear one another. I hope that you guys always continue talking about different things. And you guys know I'm on like my finance girly era right now and getting to share more things that we just learn as we go so that maybe somebody else is able to learn faster, um, is really, really cool. And I'm honored to do that alongside all of our team every semester in all these new and different ways. So thank you guys so much for joining. If you would like to connect with Julia, Labia, or Lauren, or Xavier, or Chi, or any of our past interns, you can add them on LinkedIn and we will include their LinkedIns in our show notes below. But thank you guys so much for joining, and we hope you guys will head over to Patreon to save a seat with us and learn what that means to our team in a little bit. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks.